With us being on a cruise and this only being one port day in Marseille, our day was going to be very short, so we want to make sure to take advantage of it. Our first stop was to the Marseille Cathedral, where we just stood outside for quite some time to take in the architecture before heading in. This newer cathedral is quite vast, but if you're interested in visiting the old cathedral, it is still existing by its side, so you can visit both. When entering, you can see how big it is, and you can see the Roman Catholic religious culture that is within it. You can walk through it. You can see some of the art installations that were up, which we were able to walk through and see, could not touch. And you could also just walk around and spend some time. It's not very busy when you go in. Typically, you may find some people there to pray, but as always, you want to go into any cathedral with respect, keep quiet, do not touch much, and just take in the peacefulness that is the cathedral itself. After catching a little train, trolley, bus, however you want to call it, we decided to head to Palace Longchamp, which is the one place that we wanted to see while in Marseille. If you're only visiting Marseille for one day, you do have to go see this. Palace Longchamp is a monument, but you may think it's also a palace, which it actually isn't. It houses the Museum of Art and some history museums, and of course it has this magnificent fountain that you have to see. While there, if you do not want to visit the museums, just make sure to take a walk around the palace, in quotation, itself, and maybe even take a stroll through the park that lies behind it. After leaving Palace Longchamp, it was time to again wander around in typical fashion when I travel, to just see the local area. We ended up running into some historical monuments, taking in some of the street art before we made our way fully to the Marseille port area, which is the one place that I definitely want to go to get some oysters. Before finding a place to sit down and eat and enjoy the oysters that I had been craving since we arrived in Marseille, we walked around the village of Marseille, which is this Christmas village that was in the area that had local vendors, had some things set up that had these boats that were decorated, and it was quite cute to see around Christmas time. After about a half an hour wandering, we head over to Chez Roger for our little seafood experience. We ordered a platter of oysters along with a salad and some wine, which did come together. It was a great and affordable package. And because it was such a nice day out in the sun, we sat there, enjoyed the heat coming from the sun, even on the cold day, while having this fresh seafood experience. On our way back to the port, we stopped into Fort St. Jean, which is basically a place that you really want to go to get a good view of the port and the ocean. There is a lot of great architecture, history, art, and variety of things to see here, but because we didn't have a lot of time, we just kind of want to take in the view before heading next door to the museum. Since again we are tight on time, we opted for this cave experience where it's actually like a simulation of going into this cave deep underwater. You get headphones and it's like a little ride underground. It is quite slow, so if you're someone who's looking for a little bit more thrill and excitement, this is not for you, but it is quite a unique experience. And then as the sun decided to set, we were on our way out of Marseille to our last stop on this cruise to Barcelona.